Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where James was just adjusting his seat. Are you comfortable now?
Yes, right.
Cool. Anyway, we're checking out a band who I've never heard of before. They were recommended to us in suggestions. As always, we have our live streams, we have our comments below all of our videos, and we've checked out so many Japanese artists, and we like to follow up on the things that you guys like us to listen to. But this one, I know nothing going into this. It just was one of the links we were given, and the video literally just comes up as Platonic Girl. So let's see what that's about. But I'm looking forward to hearing it because there's always fun things in our suggestions anyway. So this is Platonic Girl. I don't know if that's the song name or the artist name. It's just I should have actually written down some details. It's Beastie Boys. Oh no.
Don't touch me.
Oh. Oh, I like that. Oh, that riff is good. They're really making use of having multiple singers really well as well. Crikey, it's pretty good.
The session musicians not allowed to see who they are.
Don't need to see them. Don't need to see them. Pretty good chorus. I really love the energy of this actually. I mean, sonically there's not a lot going on that we haven't heard a million times before, but everything's competent, the writing's really competent. It's just a really good example of how to get those girl band sounds with attitude into a good hard rock song. There's a relatable message. Yeah, by the way, in case you didn't know, that was a studio live recording, and that's partly why we're going to get, oh yeah, advertising, yeah. They're playing at Yoyogi Koen. So Yoyogi Park in.
So what do you mean by a studio
Tokyo.
live?
This is probably a old video. That concert's probably already happened.
Yeah. Oh, it's an advert for a live performance.
Oh, that's 2019. They've still got more concerts coming up in November and December. Check those out. I guess. I'm guessing they have more good songs. Why are they playing like the music from some sort of weird 70s Miami soap?
So, yeah. So I know it says studio live there. What does that mean?
Basically, it means the recording is a live recording, but instead of being on like a concert stage where when you hear it the sound quality is often quite awful, it's done in a studio, so basically the sound quality will sound really high quality and everything will sound as good as if it was done in a studio, but it's one take, you know, there's no overlaying things recording
that's good
separately.
for one take.
Yeah, I mean, basically what you're seeing is what you're getting.
I liked what they did with their voices. They put a lot of character and intonation into their voices, which was really good. They had the aggressive rolling R's, which are seen as quite an aggressive thing in Japan, but the message was kind of like standing up for yourself and don't touch me, and you can hear a lot of nays in there, which is like, don't do this, don't do that.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, I loved the way that they put a lot of character into their voices and in their faces as well in the performance, and they used the fact that they had a lot of vocalists well, like you said. Very entertaining.
I think that one of the things that really struck me is that the musicians in the background, who I don't know, obviously we don't know if they're actually part of the band or not, whether they just have like live musicians but they're not actually, you know, core members of the group. The thing which was really interesting about that is that they were doing a really good job, and the music was written in this way that it was like a hard rock band. It wasn't metal, it was hard rock, and this kind of accented a lot of the reasons why usually most of the time I prefer hard rock to metal, in that there wasn't so much of a concentration on sort of riffing and things when they needed to. They had the little guitar runs, the little cheeky little extra notes that gave things more character, but most of the time it was about sticking to a certain chord pattern, having interesting harmonies. You know, it just kind of was a very complete song. And yeah, so the girls at the front, I mean, the three of them were dancing for most of the time and two of them were singing for most of the time, but it did seem they switched it up and everyone had to go at everything. So there was a real range of talents. You had the musicians were really good at what they did, the dancers were really good at what they did, and the singers were really good at what they did as well. And they just sort of bounced a lot of things around. So even though it was a simple rock song, you kind of felt like they had a lot left in the tank, and like they weren't really having to push too hard to come up with something so energetic, which is really quite a thing.
This is more, definitely looks like it's more of a performing group rather than a performing girls group rather than a band.
Quite probably.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those bands that do a lot of live shows, because the lyrics are talking directly to the audience and they all get a go, so everyone gets to see their best girl for a bit. It's definitely, I would really,
like a sort of idol group.
I would really expect it to be one of those bands where they do a lot of performances and people turn up with all their glow sticks and they do all the dancing and everything. I think so. I think they're very popular live. I think a lot of their songs will probably have lyrics that talk directly to the audience.
I imagine, without surmising too much, I imagine that whoever their audience members are, that they're very loyal, even if it's quite a niche thing. I imagine they're very loyal, because this sort of thing, if it appeals to you, it really appeals to you. And like I say, what really struck me, and I think this would be great for winning over new fans, is the fact that there, like I say, just the energy just seemed to be a total surplus. They had so much energy left to go around. I mean, everything from the music, the whole way the music was written, just the energy of the sound and the energy of them visually. And you know, like you say as well, the attitude, the intonation of their voices, they kind of sound like they weren't just sort of singing for dear life. They were just kind of singing like it was just natural. You know, the attitude had plenty of room to come in without affecting the song. So I really liked that. I thought the guitar riff, by the way, I really liked the guitar riff work. Yes, I did talk during the solo, just in case anyone's going to comment about that. I'm not a big solo fan. No, I'm sorry.
It's a nice little break. If you have some thoughts you want to get out, that's the time to get them in.
If you ever done Japanese style karaoke, one of the best games that a lot of my friends play, and I play it as well, save the hard drinks for if someone sings a song and a guitar solo comes on, you drink during the solo. Solo is drinking time. When it comes up with a little square brackets solo on the screen, get your drink, start drinking. It's the best karaoke game.
And eat your crunchy snacks.
Yeah. No, I do that between songs. You between songs. Songs for getting drunk. Songs for getting drunk. And if you want to hear more about getting drunk, you should see the alcohol review we did together with the syrupy drinks. That was awesome. But that's coming soon. That's coming soon. Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in for this one. I think there's not much more to say on that one, except for that was really good, and I definitely want to hear more of them. So do give us more.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that group perform.
What really amazes me is that so many of the artists that we cover on this channel, I know it's a big thing in Japan as well, but because we follow all the suggestions, and you guys have obviously brought us into certain areas of the Japanese music scene, there's just been countless. I mean, we're into double figures now of bands who are combining like the girl band sound with rock. And what really amazes me is virtually no two examples of them do it the same way. It is amazing how many different ways you can fuse these two genres. Now, like I said, this is more hard rock than metal, but I think this whole fusion is so direct and on the nose. It's almost actually quite a surprise. I've never really seen another band do it this directly. But I really like it, and like I said, I think we've kind of expressed it. It's a simple winning formula, and see if they can pull it off more and more times. But definitely, I think it's one of the bands. If you see them live, if you see them on the set list for a live festival, get to that stage. I think you're going to enjoy yourself. So, as always, the comments are open. You might not disagree, you might not agree with us, or you might not disagree with us, or something like that. I think I've covered more.
You've probably got an opinion.
Probably. If you do, then feel free to put it in the comments. And if you don't like commenting on YouTube, then you can always go onto our Twitter or our Facebook, or maybe Discord, or our Reddit. I mean, come on, Reddit, that's where you leave your ideas. Of course, if you really want to support us, if you like our opinions, and maybe you want to help make us make more opinions, then there's always the Patreon, because we don't get paid for doing this channel. And if you go onto our Patreon, you can get the fun little gifts and things that you can get, and there's more coming up all the time. Of course, if you wanted to, you can check out just more of the videos that we do. Either way, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
It's important for music and society as a general.
I fell. I've leapt too far forward.
Why can't you? I was going to say, why can't you stay up?
There you go. I can.
Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. Yeah, check out more of our videos. But until then, for now, I can't speak. But now, from Japan.
From here.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Sorry for getting all up in your faces like that.
Yeah.
We're nice
necessary
people, really.
evil.
Bye.